Welcome back to Black Mother Talk. I'm the complete wreck.
Jazz the Gemini.
And we're happy to be back with y'all. We happy to talk today. We got some good stuff. But first, let's get these housekeeping rules. We are a judgment-free zone, okay? This is a safe space for us Black mothers to talk, for all mothers to talk, but just for us to just engage and have a good time. So make sure you subscribe.
Yes.
Make sure you comment. Also, follow us. Follow us. We're on all social media platforms.
All of them.
Yep, at Black Mother Talk. We have a good time on social media.
We do.
So make sure you follow us and, talk with us. But now that we got that under control,
Yes.
let's talk about something that is near and dear. Friendships.
Yes.
Because we've been friends forever.
Yeah.
And with friendships, it's like a roller coaster, right? And it's hard to develop genuine, sincere friendships.
It is. Because it's hard to find genuine, sincere people.
You think so?
You know I think so.
I know you. Well, we've been friends a long time, so I know. But I got to play devil's advocate with her a little bit. But I wonder, is the problem that it's not they're not genuine and sincere? It's just they just not your cup of tea.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but if you're not my cup of tea, sis, I don't want to be your friend.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe it's not that because sometimes we tend to label people like, you just not genuine, you're not sincere, you're not a loyal person. And to somebody else, they might be the loyalty, that y'all didn't mesh well together.
So it's not that they're not genuine, sincere, or loyal. They just wasn't that for me.
Right. They just weren't that for you because the way y'all's personalities meshed up didn't mesh up. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
It could be that.
I know, but you know what? It's funny you bring that up because as great as I think I am, in high school, one of my friends had to bring me down a notch one time.
Oh, listen, this is a rare occurrence.
It was.
So listen up. I'm listening. I haven't heard this one. Let me hear this one. What?
So we were really good friends, and she had this other friend. And me and her other friend, as you so eloquently stated, we didn't mesh. But me thinking that I'm just great, right? I was saying the mesh was on her end, not mine.
Well, of course not yours.
Not mine, never mind.
We're Geminis. Of course it's not on us.
But so the simplest conversation happened. And I was like, from that moment on, like, damn, that's deep. So her one friend, right? I'm like, I don't like her. She was like, that's cool. She don't like you either. I was like, hold on, wait a minute.
Hold up.
I didn't have no pearls to clutch at the time. But I was like, come again. What do you mean she don't like me either? And that just, that humbled me.
Well, see, here's where me and you are different as Geminis because I expect people not to like me.
I do now.
Okay.
I didn't then.
I
know I'm not for everyone now.
I have since the beginning of me expecting people not to like me, and I've always been fine with that because I don't like a lot of people.
Right, but I thought that was just us. Like we didn't like them.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was reciprocal.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always had a hard time. Look, I'm letting y'all in on me now. I always had a hard time with finding friendships, and I like to keep my friendship circle small. Now, I can have a good time with anybody, but for you to be considered my friend is next level for me because, if I'm calling you my friend, basically I'm calling you like family.
Yeah.
So it's really no in between really for me. You know what I mean? Like if I'm calling you my friend, you basically like family to me, and I like to feel that I can share things with you. You're gonna give me your best advice. You're not gonna hate on me. You're gonna want to see me do it good the way you want to see yourself do good. So that is what it takes for me to call you a friend, and that's rare to me.
And you know what? Speaking of that in that form, and maybe, at some point we'll have a discussion on how we define friendship in this conversation. But I did learn from you early on when we had a conversation. Like, I'll be learning some gems from her. I do. This friendship thing, it's real. It's real.
Come on, y'all. Follow me. No.
For real. But, like, I didn't quite. So for me, your mom always shut it down on your behalf. They be like, that ain't your friend. That's your associate. Or, so-and-so ain't your friend. And you be thinking they your friend.
Right.
So for me.
Mama knows, right?
They do. But for me, when I thought of the word friend, I thought it was like all-inclusive. And I learned from you that there are different friends. You're not negating the word or downplaying their status, but you have different friends for different reasons and on different levels. So your club friend may not be your...
You can't tell your club friend all your business.
Right, but for me, friend was friend. Yes. I didn't know until you put me up on game that friend ain't all inclusive.
Yeah, for Jazz, if you're a friend of Jazz to her, if she's still working on it, she doesn't understand to separate people into their appropriate categories. Everybody is
and it burns
not
me every time. But
everybody is not the friend that you share your most deepest secrets with, that you share your family with, some people
that you
are
even
just
receive advice from. Cause some people.
I mean, I don't like to call them friends, but okay, just for all intents and purposes, we'll just say friend. Some people are just go out friends, have a good time, kiki friends you just want to laugh with. And some people, you can't kiki and laugh with, but you can tell them your deepest, darkest secrets. They will hold it. They will give you the best advice and everything. But they're a little dry when it comes to going out. You know what I mean? They're a little like, I'm going to be at home reading my Bible. You know what I mean? And that's fine, Read your Bible, sis, and I need that friend too. But I need my, let's twerk friend because I'm trying to have a good time. So you do have to separate friends and put them in their proper categories, and you can't get mad at them because you tried to put them in another category.
I get mad, baby.
Yes,
that's
you
me.
Can't get mad at them because they can't fit in all categories.
I did.
Some friends can fit in all categories, and some can't. Now, when you have friends that fit into all categories, that's your best friend.
Facts.
But when they can't fit in all categories, you gotta be cool with where they fit,
where they belong.
Yeah,
and
leave them there.
You're right. I'm still working on it, but I had to learn that it's different little buckets for these friends,
and guess what? You might not fit in all their categories.
You're right. That was a hard pill to swallow too, because I thought I was great.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I am great, but I have learned.
But you might not be great for them.
Yeah.
In all categories.
I'm learning that.
You know what I mean?
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And you have to be. So I think with adult friendships, we just expect so much. And then I seen a really great post about basically how difficult it is to make new friendships as an adult because you feel like they're opportunistic. And my take on it is, it's not that. It's just that we've reached a level in our life where, we're not kids anymore.
True.
And so, when you kid, you can just be friends with everybody. You just trying to play on the playground, right? But now that we're adults, it's not that you're opportunistic. It's just that I'm not looking for friendships unless there is some gain.
Yeah, and that, to me, we've let that become a negative thing, and all relationships are give and take.
Exactly.
What's the point if there's no take and there's no give?
Come on now.
Well, really, what are we here
what
for?
What are we doing then? If when I talk to you, I'm not feeling motivated after the conversation, or I'm not seeing you do great things.
What are we doing this for?
What I waste my time for?
And for us, we're always searching, especially, I don't know if it's a Gemini thing or it's a Jazz thing, I don't know. But, that genuineness is what I'm always in search of. So, for me, friendship is an effort. I'm not about to put forth an effort to get nothing out of it.
Because I got other things to do.
Period. Like, I don't go to work to go to work. I go to work for the paycheck. So I'm not showing up to the friendship to not get nothing in return.
Get nothing?
Like,
I mean, even if you got some good advice, but how can you give me good advice if you ain't where I'm trying to get to? Or, you know, if you haven't been through some things, you know what I mean? So
anything. Just give me something. I'm not saying you gotta have the clout. You don't have to have the money, but you gotta be giving me something.
Something. A good laugh.
Otherwise,
a good laugh.
And I need to be giving you something.
Exactly. It is definitely a give and take our relationship.
Period.
So, that's where I'm feeling. Now, yes, there are some people that have made it clearly obvious that they just want to take, and ain't got nothing to give. Now, that's something different. But, you know, as a mom, we want to find new friendships. We seek, because a lot of times we become a mom, you tend to isolate. Mm-hmm. And then you look around and ain't nobody around but you and your kid and possibly your partner.
Your friends deserted you.
That too.
Because you could no longer satisfy that bucket they put you in.
Exactly. That. And so I think it's hard.
It definitely is hard.
To find new friendships as an adult. I know before you moved back to Atlanta, I was like, I really need a friend that I can just go out with. Like, I'm tired of my kid and my man. Like, I don't want to go out with them. You know what I mean? Like, and so I was in search, like, where can I find a friend?
Like, y'all got a website?
Exactly. You know what I mean? And that's why we kind of created this platform. Like, well, we need, at least on YouTube, can I find a damn, can I call a friend on YouTube? You know what I mean? Like,
right,
something, because.
Can we mommy together?
Something, because you just like, oh my God, like, I can't, if I have to just only deal with them forever and ever. Like, that's it. Like, I can't. So, and they can't either. They need their friends too. But, you know, so I think it's important that we do seek adult friendships, but it is a little bit harder. But I think you got to go in it being realistic. And I think a lot of people are like, well, they just trying to see what they can get from me. Yes, and you should be trying to see what you can get from them. It's a give and take. Like, what am I getting from being friends with you? Is you about to help me make this business plan? Or are we about to go and have the best time of our lives at a restaurant and laugh and joke and, you know, just act crazy? Okay, cool. I'll take that. But it's got to be something.
Yeah, like, and sometimes it's simple stuff. Like, you know, I'm not saying be, you know, clout chasers.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like, that's completely different. But what we're saying is give and take. Like, the point of relationships, period, is to elevate yourself and to elevate the other person. If there's no elevation, there's no point. In my opinion, like, no point. And so
it's like when you're looking for a man. Sis, is you looking for a man that has nothing to offer you?
Like nothing at all?
Is that what we're going for?
Just to say you got a man?
Right, we putting out an ad like, anybody who has nothing to offer,
come here.
Yeah, because I don't want to feel like you're opportunistic. Like, no, they looking for something too. So,
exactly.
You know what I mean? And so are you. So let's just be honest about that. And I think that's where we have to be honest about and just be okay with that and understand it is what it is. Now, yes, it is nice to have your childhood friends where y'all both ain't got nothing to offer but some good conversation and some lessons. You know what I mean? To go through together, right? Yes, that's nice. But, you know, when you're an adult, you got kids, you got a husband, you got a baby daddy, you got bills, you got insurance, you got everything. You know what I mean? You're just like, I ain't got time to just be talking to you for nothing, sis. Right. Like, yes, you might be a genuine person, but I'm good. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I need something else. Like, you know, something else that I'm searching for. And it doesn't have to be, you know, clout chasing, like you said.
And you know what, though? I have learned that my personality has allowed for me to be a friend more times than I had a friend. So,
come on,
you know,
another word.
It's like I was a friend to a lot more people than I could ever sit here and claim a friend from. Like, the give and take wasn't there. It was,
And that's a problem.
it was.
That's when you feel like people are taking advantage of you.
And that has motivated
because you chose to be friends with people that had nothing to give you.
I didn't realize it at the time though. Like these were friendships that started in childhood where you weren't really looking for nothing, but it lasted into adulthood, and then you finally realize in all those years you received nothing.
Now, this is a good point. You have to know when to go. A lady always knows when it's time to leave. I'm sorry.
You're right.
And that goes for all relationships. And just because you've known someone since childhood does not mean you're going to know them to death. Okay?
You're right. And that what was hard for me wasn't just the childhood aspect. I had a friend that I held on to simply because they were there in one of my shittiest times of life. But when I think back on it, being there wasn't really for me. Even in my shittiest times of life, I was the friend without a friend in that moment. So I held on until, I had to learn the hard way what that relationship really was. And so growing up, I had a lot of friendships that my mother would tell me, that ain't your friend. But Ma, whatever, that's my friend. Like, that's my friend. But mommy knows best.
Tell them that good advice, because
friend.
Moms know, like your mama said, she was like, well, in a friendship, it's like, well, who's the dominant friend in the friendship, right?
And when we got together, when we became friends, she was like, so which one is the dominant one? And that was the first time where I was like, damn, nobody.
Yeah, like, because sometimes
it's equal. Like,
it's
a real friend. My first friendship.
Right? Exactly. It's like a light goes off, because sometimes you find yourself in relationships, friendships, where you're the dominant because you're just giving all of yourself to where you're depleted. And then, they just like loving you, and you like, I just feel empty when I'm in this, you know what I mean? But they loving you just because they just take you when they want to take you and leave you when they want to leave. Yeah. And you're just like, yeah, and those are not true relationships. Those are not true friendships. And so you definitely have to know when something is over and be okay with it. You can't be mad about it being over, because a lot of times, like,
it's the math for me, sis. Like, I'm working on it. Sis
gotta work on that. Because I'm just like a no fucks given type of person. Like, I could have known you 35 years. You could be like, I'm done with you, and I'll be like, okay. I will move the fuck on. True. I will, because I get it. Like, no hard feelings. I still got love for you, but if you ready to move on, bye.
Yeah.
I mean, what can I do? I'm not about to beg you to what still. Maybe my season has ended.
Okay. The season.
Look, maybe my long 12, 25-year season has ended. Okay, it's over. Okay. Hopefully you still got love for me. Hopefully you still wish me well. I wish you well.
Well, yeah, I will say even the friendships that I had to let go of, like, I still want sis to eat, but she can't eat with me.
Period.
That's all I'm saying.
And that's fine. And for me, it's just not that serious to me. I had a high school friend, and we was like best buds. Okay, I thought we was gonna be friends to the end.
Girl, and friendships.
Right, and it just didn't work out. And when I see her, I feel like she be a little salty. And I'm looking like, hey sis, happy to see you still working.
I'm glad the Lord has spared you and you still alive.
Exactly. Like, I'm rooting for you, sis. Like, even though I'm not going to be part of that celebration or next level of your life, I'm still rooting for you. Like, it should be nothing but love. Like, we just...
That's good. That's how it should be. But, like, for me, it's like, because I was the friend, not receiving the friend, to me, it's just like the nerve. Like, I put so much into this, and you gonna walk away from me? I'm gonna walk away from you. Yeah.
I mean,
but like I said, I've learned. I've grown, and I have a very few select amount of actual friends. And my mother told me as a kid, your real friends you count on one hand, and it don't include your thumb. Period.
Come on now, I like that one.
And again, she was right. Like,
yeah.
If you even get that many,
if
you're
you
lucky.
make it out of here with one friend,
man,
come on now, you have had a blessed life
for sure.
I mean,
them
really,
them real ones is super difficult to come by.
And
it's not even now at this age and having gone through what I've gone through. I can honestly say it's not at any fault of theirs or even yours. It's just that people who can come together and be people together
at all stages of their life.
All stages,
that's
all
a
time.
That's a blessing.
That's a hard thing.
Yeah, and it's a hard thing to come by. That's a blessing right there because we're all living completely different experiences. And the fact that we can make it through all these different experiences and still be there for each other, and sometimes it might fall off, it might come back. And it might fall off, and it might come back.
I have a friend like that where it fell off, came back, and we had to separate to grow and learn that half the stuff we separated for wasn't even worth separating for. It's just like
but
poor
it was,
communication.
It got you to that point.
That's
it's like
true.
that
we had to
ripple
grow
effect.
Up.
Yeah, you never know, what's the reason, but it got you to that next level.
That's
and
true.
It makes your stuff stronger. Like I'm for all the roller coasters of it. And I don't take
good,
it personal.
The bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, I feel like in friendships you can't take it personal. You don't know what somebody else is going through, and you can't feel like they've done you wrong. You don't know what from their perspective they're thinking. And you can't feel like, you've been the best of friends to them. They might have felt like you fell short in some aspect of it. Or they might have felt like your advice was criticism. Or, you know what I mean? You never know. You feel like I'm giving you my best stuff.
But that's another part of it, though, because that's when and I hate to keep saying the word genuine because it's not to say that people are disingenuine. It's just that, for me, genuine fits. So, like with us, our friendship has stood the test of time, stood everything
that could go wrong.
Anything that could have happened has happened. And we're still standing. There was no shift, no shake, no breaking or bending or any of that. But that's because, to me, this was a genuine friendship. It's a friendship that nobody on the outside can do anything to. Mm-hmm. It's between the two of us, whether it don't. And it's like it's impossible to not happen because the only things that could happen to destroy this friendship would never happen because of how we value the friendship.
Exactly.
And like
you don't get that with everybody. You're gonna talk it out. You're gonna work it through.
And like for me, there are things that can be done within a friendship that cause a friendship to be over. But really then were those your friends if that shit happened? Like I kind of feel like I want to say no.
Yeah.
You wanted them to be, you thought they were, but the fact that they did the one thing that could destroy it kind of makes me feel like that wasn't a friendship to begin with.
Yeah.
It was a something, and it might have even been necessary for, to get you where you needed to be in life or part of your journey.
And another thing, we just be expecting people to know what we need.
You're right. I do. I know I'm guilty
You be
of that.
expecting people to know you have to tell people how to treat you and how to, get the most from you. You know what I mean?
Get the best you can be.
Exactly. So we be getting mad at things that people had no idea they were doing to you.
Like you said in the beginning, they're just not capable of doing it for you. Like
exactly.
It's not who they are for you.
Yeah, they just don't fit with you, and that's fine. Or maybe they just fit in that one bucket. And you tried to force them into another bucket, and they didn't ask to be forced into that bucket.
And that brings me to another gem that I learned from a different friend, close friend. She told me, all your friends can't be friends and don't belong on the same journey.
Mixing friends,
and
is a rarity that
Man, I had to learn the hard way
because you be feeling like, oh my God, we need to all get together.
We all seen Girls Trip. Who don't want a Girls Trip type of life?
I do feel that at a certain age, though, you should be able to mix friends on a certain level. Like, if we're just going on a girls' trip to have a good time and you two bees can't get along,
woo,
that's something. What's your problem? We're too old for this. I don't like her. I don't, you're like,
or to be making snide remarks on the side.
Or tell me after the trip over. Like, let's just have a good time while we here.
Like, don't kill my vibe.
Exactly.
Sis.
Like, let's tell me when it's over. But I can't understand that you can't mesh well on a girls trip. Like,
because I think
then one of your friends is a hater. And tell
I think
me later.
A hater and tell me
yes,
later. Okay?
Exactly.
But like sometimes I feel like some friendships have overstepped certain boundaries, so now they feel more entitled than they
or when they be possessive.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then it's like for me, okay. For me, like when it comes to you, I'm not competing.
Period.
like
we know our place. No one's gonna take that place.
It's not a competition
at all.
I'd be happy when you make a new friend and have you a new little bestie. Friend. You know, the rare occasion when we make new friends. I'd be happy. Like, okay, well, good. Like, you got somebody. You know what I mean? But like,
you used to tell me like, we need to make some friends. We need to get out there, and I would be like. Nah.
Yeah, because I'm just like, the more the merrier. And if them fall off, then fine. The less the merrier. Like, I don't care.
We just gonna be merry regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Merry Christmas over here all the time. Cheers.
Cheers.
So what y'all think? Y'all let us know. Like, are y'all making a lot of adult friends? Are y'all good with that? Is it a struggle for you? What's been your experience with it?
Do you view it as a give and take, or do you think are you of the mindset that there shouldn't be a gain from a friendship? And another thing is, do you feel like there's a difference between a friend and a best friend? Do you is it levels to this?
Is it levels? I mean, I think there is.
Absolutely, I do.
I think there's definitely levels to this, but I don't think you should make those that
feel uncomfortable because they didn't reach your level.
They didn't reach that level of filling up your cup. You know what I mean?
Can you be promoted?
If you grow. Not just on the strength.
Right. Just because you put in the years.
Exactly. Just because exactly. I could meet somebody tomorrow that we just click, and I could have known you 20 years. And I'm sorry, the person I met tomorrow is like,
you're right about that.
Up here, and I'm sorry, you still right here. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel. But y'all let us know.
I agree.
Yeah, we could talk about this all day, but we gotta go take care of these kids.
Yeah.
So we will see y'all back next week, but definitely let us know what y'all think about this topic, and let us know what else you want to talk about, and we will see you back next week.
All right, y'all.